part 2 in June, more like part 2 in a few days, lol. Previously on After 13 months, during 11 of which I was banned from Agma's Discord server, I finally present to you the long-awaited full Amujology course. Did you really think I was done? Welcome back to everybody. Chapter 6, Amujological Linguistics. So, if you recall from last time when I told you about the 50 Nomian states, you might recall Ingrid messing up the pronunciations of her South Nomian territories. Edosa, Ozichig, and the Jacos Islands. Well, we'll get to the correct pronunciations later in this video, but for now, I want to give you an overview of the Amuyan languages. Now, the term Amuyan languages refers not to any one language family, but to 4 groups of them. The Amu-Shadroan or Semitic languages, the Session languages, languages used by other nations, and language isolates. In this video, I'll be going over each of those categories and the languages in them, so get your ears ready for some wacky phonemes. Chapter 7, the Session languages. The Session languages are a family of 11 currently known languages, consisting of 5 of ours and 6 that were made by other people wanting me to calm the fuck down with the consonants. Speaking of the consonants, Sesha, which is effectively the proto-language here, had a total of 85 consonants. That's way too many for an 11-minute video, so I'll just add that Sesha also has 30 total vowels, 5 long, 3 short, and 11 pairs of both. Although at first, there were only 14 consonants. M, N, P, B, T, D, Ch, J, K, L, S, S, H, Y, and 7 vowels. E, A, O, So how did the consonant count more than sextuple, and the vowel count more than quadruple? I don't know, and I was the one who made it like this. But Sesha is not the only Session language. Shocker, I know. There's also Jadug, the first of our Sesha descendants. Jadug has 20 phonemic consonants. M, N, M, P, T, K, B, D, G, F, S, Sh, H, V, J, G, V, R, L, Y, of which N is only found in loanwords. Additionally, N, T, D, S, R, L, Sh, and J become allophones N, T, D, S, R, W, Sh, J when in direct contact with K, G, H, and R. Jadug's vowels are what you'd expect from simplifying 30 vowels down as much as possible. That is, I, U, E, O, A. Jadug even has its own alphabet. I mean, Sesha had one too, but Jadug's is simpler. There's also Janaran, which I can't even type properly in the script for this video anymore, so, Essentialese, the language that Ingrid messed up last time. It has its own script too, but I can't find the images of it anymore, so, there are 29 phonemic consonants in Essentialese. M, N, Nya, La, P, T, Ch, K, A, B, D, Dr, G, L, F, S, Sh, H, H, V, Z, Ž, G, R, W, L, Y, R, and 6 allophonic ones. N, K, G, H, Y, R. N and R occur where N and Y are in direct contact with Ch, J, Sh, and J, while K, G, H, and Y occur when K, G, H, and R are in direct contact with N and Y. There are also 6 pairs of long and short vowels, a feature only Essentialese has. E, E, O, and O. There's also a Chinese with 32 consonants, 6 oral vowels, 6 nasal vowels, and 4 tones plus no tone. And the Shabese, which has 28 consonants, 6 vowels, and is written in the third law script. The former seems to have been influenced by Tahuapach, judging by the presence of 4 affricates, as well as nasal vowels and tones. And that's every major session language. There's also Sarsoch, spoken in former Hensa, as well as 5 other minority languages across the world, but those don't have wiki pages, so Chapter 8. The Amujology languages. The Amujology languages, or what you might ordinarily call the Semitic languages, were a very influential language family for the Amuyan states. Hebrew, which is my native language, was the more widespread of the 2 AS languages, being spoken in the city-state of Amui and its splinters, in Uzafnik and CMC federations, and on Monkey Island. In fact, Monkey Island actually has its own dialect of Hebrew called, Monkey Hebrew. Monkey Hebrew was influenced the most by native Lovecraftian languages, such as Kelsani and Kuzramba. Monkey Hebrew has 25 consonant phonemes, of which z, j, n, and sh are unique to it. There are also 9 vowel phonemes in Monkey Hebrew, of which and are unique to it as well. There's also some changes in pronunciation and romanization, but that's about it for Monkey Hebrew. Arabic, on the other hand, was only spoken in Bootland, in which it had phonemic ng and 9 vowels e, u, e, o, a, o, a. And that's about it for the Amujology languages. Wait, which category was next? Let me do this next section. Chapter 9. Pre-existing languages. There have been 6 languages across 4 Amuyan states that had already been, or have relatives that are, spoken elsewhere in the world by the time they were made official in said Amuyan states. The first of these languages is Viddish, which was a Saxo-Saskinic, i.e. Germanic, language that was spoken in the United City-State of Amui prior to the Constitution striking it out of existence. It had 21 consonants: p, f, t, d, ch, j, k, g, m, n, ng, f, th, s, sh, h, h, r, l, l, and y, at which ng is an allophone of n before velar phonemes. Viddish also has 6 sets of short, long, and overlong vowels. E, 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 u, 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 e, a, o, and Sorry, I can't do length. I just can't. Anyway, that's the only conlang in this section, because the rest are all natural. First off, there's Albanian, spoken in the Uzafnik Federation, of which a variety is also spoken in Narongpar. In the CMC Federation, there were Latin and Viosa, of which the former was spoken in nearby Regni Latium, while a variety of the latter was spoken in Vilanknen. Finally, in Bootland, there were Russian and Malagash, of which the former was also spoken in Umrat to a certain somebody. Sure, ты обо мне говоришь? And is still spoken in Pua, while the latter is distantly related to Maori in Pua, again, and Tauranga for Hawaii. And you know what, Elena? I'll let you voice over this next section. Okay. Chapter 10. Language Isolates. There are 8 known language isolates that were once spoken in an Amuyan state, of which the very first one was Aso in Iwasa. Sorry for my bad Aso had only 17 consonants: m, n, ng, p, t, k, h, f, t, s, h, h, l, r, g, and v. And 8 vowels: u, e, o, a, o. In the Uzafnik Federation, there were 3 such languages: Pehuv, which I won't try to pronounce, and the Arroyan languages of Awarik and Aulaman. The CMC Federation had 3 more: Mupa, which had nasal vowels, Sutuyan, which I don't even know what Ingrid was thinking with, and Tos, which is still spoken in Helfana, now called the Pulchrea province in Rostisplin. Bootland's native isolate was Isaiah, which had its own script, as well as a grammar book published by the University of Shamwasir. And now, on behalf of Alvy and Ingrid, I would like to say this. Я желаю вам хорошего дня.